Hi, I am Zoe Sigel. Thank you so much for having me to provide a few remarks for this national convening in Pakistan for farmed animal welfare. I will say it is magical when advocates get together to be able to talk about the problems, but also chart forward really high impact solutions for farmed animals. So, thank you for being here to make this happen. Unfortunately, due to my travel schedule and due to time zones, I'm not able to present live, but I am happy to provide a few remarks. So, for some context into who I am, I have been doing farmed animal advocacy for over a decade now, starting with grassroots advocacy and then all the way up through global corporate engagement work, meaning leading an international team working with organizations around the world to really push forward how corporations basically change their procurement policies for the animals in their food supply chains. Now, I am the director of philanthropic advising and programs at a network called Farmed Animal Funders. Now, over my advocacy, there are three things I've learned that I'd like to share with you today. So, the first thing I've learned is that if we can spend our time helping animals, we might as well help the most animals and be resourceful to do it as effectively as possible. So, in my advocacy, this has looked like focusing on chickens and looking beyond the US to support groups in advancing cage-free policies in their countries. Now, for Pakistan, this might look like focusing on chickens or fish. And why? Because every year there are almost 2 billion chickens that are slaughtered for meat or for eggs every year. And this is 2 orders of magnitude more than the number of animals slaughtered when they are goats or when they are cows, and 3 orders of magnitude more than the amount of stray dogs in Pakistan. These numbers are really hard to comprehend, but when we have the bravery to really consider these numbers, to really not only look the numbers in the eye, but really more importantly, look animals in the eye on this, it's clear where we can really have great impact for animals. Because we know that few people are naturally inclined to improve the quality of life of farmed animals who they're not seeing on a daily basis. Because of the way that animals are farmed, we can improve the quality of life for many at once by improving best practices on large farms. And even though these animals do go to slaughter, their lives, their ability to feel pain and experience joy are very real. We can't ignore this. So the second thing that I've learned is that the most effective advocacy will differ by context. What worked in the US, what worked in Europe, may not work today in other parts of the world due to the different ways that the majority of public relate to animals, or due to different ways that animals are farmed, meaning in large commercial farms or through smallholder farms. We also have economies, right? Formal and informal economies can impact the distribution and how we can intervene in that food system. But we do know that animals feel the same no matter what country they're in. We do know that people do fundamentally care about being kind to others, including animals. And we do know that change is possible. So I'm excited for you to hear from other international speakers in countries that have more similar context to Pakistan that can share what has been most effective in their work. Now, the third thing I've learned is that collaboration and strategy are essential to win. We have seen some massive wins as a movement around the world, major companies adopting and implementing global cage-free egg policies. We have seen governments adopting policies to drive plant-based consumption. Companies are creating proteins that don't require the slaughter of animals. They're creating meat that is cellularly identical to animal meat, but without any harm to any animal. Now, commonalities for every win in our movement are collaborating with aligned organizations and oftentimes also collaborating, reaching across the aisle to those that might traditionally resist our work. We also need to be thoughtful about strategy and create or act upon leverage points. So I'm thrilled that you all are convening to discuss not only how you can help farmed animals in Pakistan, but also how you can collaborate together. I really encourage you to build trust, to lead with trust, and actively support one another, because the folks in this room with you They are some of the greatest allies for animals in the 5th most populated country on Earth. I look forward to hearing about your plans to champion farmed animal welfare in Pakistan, and I will tell you it's never an easy path in any country, but it is a path of compassion and integrity. So I do believe that with collaboration, with strategy, and with resilience, you can make it a successful path. Thank you, and I can't wait to hear more. Bye.